auxiliary ketch Ranui is pulling out from one of New Zealand's southern ports, bound for Campbell Island, 290 miles south of New Zealand. Operated by the government's Ministry of Works, the Ranui is taking south a party of meteorologists and scientists to relieve those at present on the island. The exiles watch familiar landmarks disappear. It'll be 12 months before they see the New Zealand coast again. Two days later, 50 degrees south, moving into the sub-Antarctic. The sun is shining, but the wind is cold. They've slipped by Stewart Island, the Snares, and the Auckland Islands. South they go. Everything's moving. "52 degrees south, and the leader of the expedition, J.S. Sorensen, points out Campbell Island. While the crew prepare for a tidy and efficient arrival, the party get their first close look at what will be their home for a year. Lying 450 miles from the Antarctic, Campbell Island is often covered with swirling mists. Though the rainfall is not heavy, the ground is always moist and soggy. The island is thickly covered with coarse, high tussock. Amongst it grows a yellow flower that brightens the scene in today's brief sunshine. Out from the shore comes a rowing boat that brings 3 or 4 men who've been stationed here for the last 12 months. A continuous weather observation is carried out by the New Zealanders, and the Ranui is a welcome ship to those who have completed their service on the island. Getting the stores ashore is the next big job. 10 tons of supplies for the party who'll remain here include tinned fruit, tinned vegetables, sweets, and tobacco. Owing to the lack of fuel on the island, the Ranui has also brought down 5 tons of coal. Every ounce of supplies has to be carried from the boats. It's all hands to the work, and the boggy ground doesn't make it any easier. From the growing pile of stores, some of the party draw essential and perishable goods and set out for the camp that lies further inland. Up through tussocky, marshy land to higher ground, and they meet a mob of local inhabitants, sea elephants, who are a little annoyed at being disturbed. A rope's end keeps them at bay, but there's more noise than action. Visitors or no visitors, I'm itchy. The cook waves a welcome from the camp, and it's down the track to unload. For the meteorologist and naturalist, Campbell Island is a busy place. With flora like this to be examined, the naturalist J.S. Sorensen is soon at work on botanical studies. Campbell Island was little known until war turned it into a coast watching station and weather observation post. Today, the work of checking on weather conditions is being maintained. As most of New Zealand's weather comes from the Antarctic, and this is the most southerly point for observation, accurate weather reports radioed from the island are important factors in preparing forecasts for the Dominion. Besides this work, there are the routine tasks of camp life which everyone shares. The men are kept busy, too busy to be lonely. And for recreation, there's always the island to explore. 30 miles in circumference, with its highest point 1,800 feet above sea level, it's worth exploring. White blobs on the landscape turn out to be royal albatrosses nesting. Silent and serene, they allow nothing to disturb them. Even after being pulled off their nest, they return and settle down with dignity. The craggy cliffs of the south coast face into the teeth of the weather that blows up straight from the pole. Down the rocks and across writhing beds of heavy kelp brings us to a beach where we find more local inhabitants. This time, sea lions as well as sea elephants. Unlike the sea elephant, the sea lion will show fight even without provocation. There's no chance of being treed by a sea lion, of course, for there aren't any trees. Up the cliff again and on to visit another colony. Penguins, rockhopper penguins, Campbell Island edition. These penguins, like most penguins, look busy, even standing around. And so, in company with their friends the penguins, the New Zealanders carry on with their work of research and weather observation on this lonely, windswept island.